Are you going to be forced to pay 15% more for your next home because huge iBuyers are manipulating the real estate market? In this video, I'm going to explain to you why the answer is probably not. Before I jump into it, if you like straightforward mortgage, real estate, the market content from somebody who's in it all day, every day as a mortgage broker who closes hundreds of transactions every year. I talk to dozens of real estate agents every single week. I talk to dozens of consumers day in and day out. And so I can tell you with what I'm seeing on the street and what I feel with my experience, hopefully it can help you in the future. So before I jump into it, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, right? I'm making this video today in response to a bunch of buzz that's going around the internet because of this viral TikTok. First and foremost, I want to say this Sean Gotcher guy, real estate agent in Las Vegas, who has gotten all this attention for his viral video, is an absolute genius. I went back and watched a bunch of his videos. He's a funny guy. He's a great dude. I happen to disagree with some of the stuff that he's insinuating in this video, but that's what we have as Americans is our rights to disagree. And I can tell you, on one hand, I like the content he's putting out, agree with most of it, don't agree with some of this stuff, right? And it's not that I'm, on one side or another. I'm with the tech giants and I'm defending them or whatnot, but I don't think that, they can have the type of impact that this video insinuates. And so I'll explain to you real quick if you haven't seen it. I'm gonna link it down below because it's a great video. In his video, he basically says, let's say hypothetically there's a company, and he's talking about iBuyers. So he's talking about Zillow, Redfin, and them, right? Hypothetically, there's a company that's buying up a bunch of these homes, and they buy up 30 homes for $300,000. What happens is they buy the 31st home for $340,000, thus creating a new comp, thus adding $40,000 in value to the 30 they just bought. And, in his video, he explains how that's 1.2 million in value, right? A little bit of a stretch, right? A little bit of a stretch to think that one comp is going to mean that all those can now appraise for 340 or more, and you can sell those things for $40,000, $50,000 more. I just don't see it happening in actuality. One, iBuyers aren't buying enough to really influence the market. Two, and most importantly, one comp, as anybody who's in real estate for the long term knows, is not going to change the value of a house. I've got great real estate appraiser friends who are very knowledgeable, and they would agree with me in saying that if you go to appraise a house and you've got one outlier that says 340, and then you've got all the rest that say 290, 295, 300, you're not appraising that house at 340. It's just not how it works, right? And so the fact that they would be able to just buy one house at a premium and pull up the value of everything else is a little bit far-fetched. And here's the thing, as a consumer, if you're watching this, know that the most controversial stuff is the stuff that gets the most play, the most views. So things like this, although it's a really cool viral video and tons of people are gonna see it, don't automatically jump in with everybody and say, yep, that's what they're up to. I mean, that's conspiracy theory-esque type thinking, right? And in all actuality, a lot of stuff points to probably not the case. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not a fan of Zillow. I've been anti-Zillow since the very beginning of my mortgage career. For 8 years, I've been pounding it into realtors. Do not feed the system that's trying to put you out of business, because they haven't made it that big of a secret. Zillow wants to cut out the real estate agent. They want to make it easy for buyers to sell and buy without the real estate agent involved, right? And so, not a fan of theirs. I'm just saying in this circumstance, I don't think that they have the impact, the influence, the market share to really influence prices like this video's insinuating. And so, that's my 2 cents. I think it makes for great discussion. I think it makes for great headlines. The cool part is this guy Sean out in Las Vegas has gotten national coverage. Zillow's responded to him. MarketWatch has wrote an article on him. Redfin CEO has responded to him. And so he's getting some publicity, and for most people who are in marketing, any publicity is good publicity, right? And in most things, I'm gonna side with small business owners, the little man, versus big corporation. In this case, big corporation is doing a lot of sneaky stuff, a lot of innovative stuff, trying to squeeze people out. You know, the ones that I'm probably most protective of are my real estate agent counterparts and partners. They're trying to squeeze out mortgage as well, right? They're trying to innovate and use technology to say, you know, we don't need a live human involved. We can automate this. You can get your mortgage, you can get your title insurance, you can get the real estate transaction done all in one shop. Let's not be fooled. That's what they're trying to do, squeeze everybody out, right? But to think that they're going to be able to go out and manipulate the housing market up and down might be a stretch for now, right? I think even one of those articles that wrote about Sean's TikTok video said, 292 homes in this market, not enough of a market share to influence it, but maybe in the future, which I'll leave it at that. Maybe possible to do it in the future, because if they bought 300 homes and it was in a market where, they could have 10 different comps kind of scattered about, that might pull it up. It's something that could be possible, right? I think in this case where the example is 30 homes and one gets bought at 340, probably not the case. From what I'm seeing, my 2 cents on this is that they are trying to create a new norm for home buyers where they show people, hey, you want to buy forward, you don't want to deal with the stress of having to sell your house on somebody else's timeline and put it on the market and all that. We'll buy it from you. We'll create a process that can be done on your timeline, and then you can buy forward. They will do that, in my opinion, at a loss. If it means they can start to condition buyers to get used to that, they can start to, really get that process down where they're really good at it, right? And so that is what I think is more than likely the strategy from these big tech companies, iBuyers and whatnot, is not that they're trying to make a few bucks right now, they're trying to make all the money in the future. And you can have loss leaders. You can have things that you do that don't make money in 2021, but in 2025, it can be part of that revenue model, right? So just my 2 cents. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. Leave a comment down below. I love it when in the comments, I've got people agree with me or disagree with me. Let's have an open conversation, right? If you're looking for mortgage advice, if you're looking for mortgage loans, refinance, purchase, I'm residential, so it's 1 to 4 units. I'm in California, but I'm licensed nationwide. Reach out to me and my team. We're more than happy to help. Go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out those 6 quick questions. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. Schedule something on my calendar, schedule something on a loan officer on my team's calendar, and get you squared away no matter where you are in the country, no matter what you're looking to do. We're here to help. Talk to you soon.